Hey everyone, welcome to a deep dive. This one's gonna feel like having a secret weapon in your back pocket. We're getting you prepped for a Textile Quality Manager interview.
Mm.
So think of this as your personal cheat sheet distilled from a whole stack of like career guides and sample interview questions we've got.
Yeah, what I find really interesting here is that we're not just looking at traditional prep materials, right?
Yeah.
We've got this platform called RoleCatcher, and it uses AI to help you tailor your resume and answers specifically to the job you want.
That's right. RoleCatcher could be a real game changer,
Yeah.
But first, let's make sure we're crystal clear on what a textile quality manager actually does. Like, it's more than just loving fabric.
Absolutely. It's more than a loving fabric.
Right.
Yeah. Imagine being like the detective of the textile world, ensuring every product meets the highest standards. You're examining production lines with an eagle eye, spotting imperfections others might miss. And it's not just visual. Think texture, thread count, even using like specialized tools to analyze fabric composition.
Okay, so a super-powered sense of touch is part of the job description.
Yeah.
What else? What else is essential to nail this role?
Well, the sources emphasize a deep understanding of quality systems.
Yeah.
Think ISO 9001 and the like.
Okay.
You'll be inspecting, everything from raw materials to finished goods, making sure they meet those standards. Plus, you'll need to be comfortable using, industry-specific tools and technology, maybe even like programming inspection equipment.
It's clear this role needs a blend of, like, technical know-how and leadership skills.
Yeah.
So let's dive into the interview questions. This is where we really help you shine, okay?
Right.
We'll start with what motivated you to pursue a career in textile quality management? It seems simple, but what's the hidden meaning here?
Oh, this is your chance to showcase your genuine passion, not just for textiles, but for the impact quality has. Did a specific experience, maybe seeing like a beautifully made garment or a flawed product that had consequences, spark your interest. Weaving in a personal story can make your answer, memorable.
So skip the generic, like, I'm a hard worker, and
Yeah.
give them something that reveals your why. What kind of follow-up questions might come from that?
Oh, they might ask about specific projects that fueled your interest, how you stay updated on industry trends, or even your long-term career aspirations. It's
Right.
about showing them you're not just looking for a job,
Yeah.
but a fulfilling career path.
This is already so helpful. Okay, next question. What do you think are the most important skills for a textile quality manager to have? We've touched on this, but how do you make your answer stand out?
Right. Don't just list skills, prove you have them.
Okay.
Remember that keen eye for detail we talked about?
Yeah.
Give a concrete example. Maybe you spotted a tiny stitching error that others missed, preventing a whole batch of products from being shipped with a flaw.
Oh, wow.
It's those real-world experiences that make you credible.
Right, show them. Don't just tell them. I can see how RoleCatcher's AI could help here by identifying which skills to really highlight based on the specific job description.
Exactly. RoleCatcher can analyze the language used in the job posting and suggest which skills to emphasize in your answers.
That's brilliant. All right, on to question number 3. How do you ensure that all textile products meet quality standards? This seems pretty broad, but what kind of response are they looking for?
They want to hear about your process,
Okay.
your toolkit,
Yeah.
your understanding of the whole quality ecosystem.
Yeah.
Don't just say inspection. Mention specific techniques.
Like what?
Are you using equal sampling? Are you familiar with fabric performance testing? Show them you're not just following a checklist,
Right.
but truly understanding the how and why of quality assurance.
So it's about showcasing that hands-on expertise. What kind of follow-up questions might they ask to dig deeper?
They might ask about specific, quality control software you've used, challenges you faced with maintaining standards, or even your knowledge of industry-specific regulations.
Okay.
It's about being prepared for those curveballs.
This is getting me pumped up for my next interview. Okay, let's tackle question number 4. How do you manage a team of textile quality control inspectors? Definitely sounds like a leadership question.
It is. They want to know your style.
Okay.
Are you a micromanager or a collaborator? Do you lead by example? How do you motivate your team to not just meet, but exceed quality expectations?
So bragging about being a great leader won't cut it.
Right.
Got it. What kind of concrete examples could demonstrate strong leadership?
Think about a time you implemented a new training program that improved your team's efficiency. Or maybe you resolved a conflict that was hindering productivity. Perhaps you spearheaded a successful quality improvement initiative. It's about showing how your actions created positive change.
I'm starting to see the pattern here. It's all about using those real-world examples to back up your skills. What kind of follow-up questions might come from this leadership question?
They might ask about your approach to delegating tasks, providing constructive feedback, or even handling underperforming team members. They want to see how you handle the tough situations, not just the, smooth sailing.
This is incredibly insightful. Okay, on to question number 5. How do you ensure that textile products meet regulatory requirements? This one feels a bit intimidating.
Don't let it be. It's about showing you understand the rules of the game.
Okay.
Mention specific regulatory bodies like the CEPS-SC or AAFA.
Okay.
Do you have experience with flammability testing or ensuring compliance with eco-labels? Dropping in those specific terms shows you're in the know.
Okay, so name-dropping those organizations and regulations is key.
Yeah.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask to test my knowledge?
Oh, they might ask about your experience with compliance audits, how you stay updated on changing regulations, or even present a hypothetical scenario involving a potential regulatory issue. It's about proving you can navigate the complexities of the industry.
This is making me feel way more confident. All right, let's tackle question number 6. How do you ensure that textile products meet customer expectations? This one seems a bit more customer-focused than the others.
It is, and that's crucial. Quality isn't just about meeting internal standards. It's about, satisfying the end user.
Right.
They want to see that you understand the voice of the customer.
So how do I demonstrate that I'm not just a quality robot, but someone who actually cares about what customers want?
Talk about specific methods you use to gather customer feedback.
Okay.
Have you conducted surveys, analyzed online reviews, talked directly to buyers, and then explain how you incorporated those insights into your quality control processes?
Okay.
Did you adjust inspection criteria? Improve communication with the design team? Show that you close the loop between customer feedback and quality improvement.
I like that. It's about showing I'm proactive and responsive to customer needs. What kind of follow-up questions might they ask to explore my customer-centric approach?
They might ask about specific challenges you've faced in meeting customer expectations, how you've handled customer complaints, or even your strategies for building strong relationships with key clients. It's about demonstrating that you're not just meeting a standard, you're exceeding it.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how much emphasis is placed on customer satisfaction in these materials.
Yeah.
It really highlights the shift in the industry towards a more customer-centric approach to quality.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. In today's competitive market, delivering a high-quality product isn't enough. You need to exceed customer expectations to truly stand out. But before we get too deep into that, let's circle back to RoleCatcher for a minute.
Okay.
It's been mentioned a few times, and I'm really curious to understand how its AI can actually help someone nail this interview.
That's a great point. RoleCatcher goes beyond just, offering generic interview tips. It actually analyzes the specific job description you're targeting and identifies the key skills and experiences the employer is looking for.
So it's like having a personalized interview coach in your pocket,
Yeah,
tailoring its advice to the exact role you're applying for.
exactly. It's like having a secret weapon, that helps you decipher the hidden code of the job posting.
Uh-huh.
For example, it might highlight phrases like strong analytical skills or proven ability to lead cross-functional teams,
Wow.
and then suggest how to weave those keywords into your answers.
That's incredibly smart.
Mm-hmm.
It takes the guesswork out of interview prep. Does it also offer any help with actually, practicing your answers?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I always get tongue-tied when I'm put on the spot.
It does. RoleCatcher has a fantastic AI feedback feature where you can record yourself answering, common interview questions.
Okay.
The AI then analyzes your response, providing personalized feedback on your delivery, content, and even your body language.
Wow. That's next level stuff.
Yeah.
I can see how that would be a game changer for anyone who gets nervous during interviews. It's like having a virtual mock interview with an expert who can pinpoint exactly what you need to work on.
It is. And the beauty of it is that you can practice, as many times as you need in the comfort of your own home until you feel confident and ready to shine.
I'm definitely going to have to check out RoleCatcher myself. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground on interview prep, but before we jump back into those questions, I want to touch on career growth. Our sources mentioned some interesting insights about advancement opportunities in the textile industry.
Right.
And I know our listeners are eager to hear about that.
Absolutely. The career guide kind of paints a picture of what a typical career trajectory might look like, for someone starting as a textile quality technician. It highlights key responsibilities like conducting inspections, implementing quality systems, and collaborating with production teams. They even have an example profile
Yeah.
that showcases the skills and achievements of a successful technician, which can be really inspiring for someone just starting out.
It's great to have that kind of roadmap, especially in an industry as dynamic as textiles. What about like moving up the ladder? What are some potential advancement paths for a textile quality manager?
There's a lot of room for growth. You could move into higher level management roles, taking on more responsibility for, overall quality strategy and leading larger teams. You could also specialize in a particular area of quality management,
Okay.
becoming an expert in, say, textile testing, compliance, or
Oh,
sustainability.
so you can become like a true quality guru, carving out a niche for yourself and becoming a go-to resource within the industry.
Exactly. And the guide also mentions that some textile quality managers transition into related fields like supply chain management or product development.
Oh, interesting.
The skills you hone in quality management are highly transferable and in demand across various industries.
That's fantastic. It sounds like there are like endless possibilities for someone with a passion for quality and a drive to succeed. But I imagine continuous learning is key to staying ahead of the curve in this ever-evolving field, right?
Absolutely. The textile industry is constantly evolving, with new technologies, materials, and sustainability practices emerging all the time. The guide emphasizes the importance of staying updated on industry trends
Okay.
by pursuing advanced degrees, attending industry events, and participating in professional organizations.
So it's not just about getting that first job.
Right.
It's about investing in your professional development and staying ahead of the innovation curve.
All right, I'm feeling super inspired by all this talk of career growth, but let's not forget our main mission here, helping our listeners ace those
Yeah,
interviews.
right.
We've got a few more questions to tackle, starting with, can you provide an example of a time when you had to resolve a quality issue in a textile product? This one screams like, tell me a story.
It does. And stories are powerful. They make your answers uh, more engaging and memorable.
The key here is to choose an example that showcases your problem-solving skills in action, highlighting your ability to think critically, act decisively, and achieve a positive outcome.
So how do I choose the right story? I'm sure I've dealt with like tons of quality issues throughout my career.
Pick a situation that was challenging but that you ultimately resolved successfully, and make sure it's relevant to the specific role you're interviewing for.
Okay.
If you're applying for a management position, highlight a time you led your team through a quality crisis. If it's a more technical role, focus on a time you identified and solved a complex technical issue.
Okay, relevance and positive outcome are key. What's the best way to structure my story so it's clear and impactful?
Think of it like a mini case study. Briefly set the scene. Describe the problem you faced. Outline the steps you took to investigate and resolve it, and then highlight the positive results you achieved. Don't be afraid to quantify your achievements. Did your solution reduce defect rates, improve customer satisfaction, save the company money?
That makes sense. It's about turning a potentially negative experience into a positive example of my problem-solving skills. What about like potential follow-up questions? What if they start like digging deeper?
Be prepared to discuss the challenges you encountered, any lessons you learned, and how you applied those learnings to future situations. They might even ask you to compare your chosen approach to other potential solutions, or to discuss the impact your solution had on different stakeholders.
Okay, I'm taking notes. This is gold.
Ah,
All right, let's move on to question number 8. How do you stay up to date with developments in the textile industry? This one seems straightforward, but I'm sure there's more to it than just saying, like, I read industry magazines.
there is. The interviewer wants to see that you're proactive and passionate about continuous learning. They want to know that you're not just, keeping up with the industry, but actively seeking out ways to expand your knowledge and stay ahead of the curve.
So how do I make my answer stand out? What kind of details should I include?
Be specific. Instead of just mentioning industry magazines, name specific publications you read regularly. Talk about conferences or webinars you attend, online courses you've taken, or professional organizations you're a member of. And don't just list them. Explain how those resources have helped you stay informed and apply new knowledge to your work.
Okay, so it's about demonstrating that I'm actively seeking out knowledge and incorporating it into my professional practice. Any potential follow-up questions I should be ready for?
The interviewer might ask about specific industry trends that have caught your attention, how you've incorporated new knowledge into your work, or even your plans for future professional development. They might also ask about your favorite sources of industry information or how you evaluate the credibility of different resources.
Great point. It's all about showing them that I'm a lifelong learner who's committed to staying at the forefront of the industry. All right, on to our next question, which is, how do you ensure that your team is committed to quality control? This one seems like it requires a balance of leadership and technical expertise.
It does. This question is all about creating a culture of quality, where everyone feels ownership and responsibility. It's not enough to just set standards. You have to inspire your team to embrace them.
Okay, so it's about going beyond checklists and procedures, right?
Right.
How do I convey that I can build that kind of quality-driven team?
Share specific examples of how you've fostered a quality-focused mindset. Maybe you implemented a reward system that recognizes, those who go above and beyond, or perhaps you introduced team-building activities centered around quality improvement.
Okay.
Think about how you communicate with your team. Do you share industry updates and best practices? Do you encourage, open feedback and collaboration?
So it's about leadership, communication, and creating an environment where quality is truly valued.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask to dig deeper into my leadership style?
They could ask about challenges you faced in motivating your team, how you handle resistance to change, or strategies for addressing underperformance. They
Yep.
want to see that you can tackle the tough stuff, not just celebrate the wins.
Got it. All right, on to our final question. How do you measure the success of your quality control processes? This one sounds like it's all about data and metrics.
It is. They want to see that you're data-driven and can use, metrics to make informed decisions.
So what kind of metrics should I focus on? There's so many ways to measure quality. Think about the key performance indicators, KPIs, that are most relevant to the role in the industry. You might talk about defect rates, customer complaints, rework percentages, cycle times, or even cost savings achieved through quality improvements. Be prepared to explain how you track those metrics, analyze the data, and use those insights to make continuous improvements.
Okay, so it's not just about collecting data. It's about using it strategically to drive positive change.
Yeah.
What kind of follow-up questions should I anticipate?
They might ask about specific software or tools you've used for data analysis, your experience presenting data to stakeholders,
Right.
or how you've used data to justify resource allocation or process changes.
Wow, this deep dive has been incredibly helpful. We've covered so much ground, from understanding the role itself to dissecting those tricky interview questions,
Yeah.
and even exploring how AI tools like RoleCatcher can give us an edge.
It's been a pleasure unpacking all this information with you. Remember, preparation is key, and the more you understand the role, the company, and the industry, the more confident you'll be in that interview.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of, storytelling. Use those real-world examples to bring your skills and experiences to life.
Absolutely. And for those who want that extra boost of confidence, don't forget to check out RoleCatcher.
Right.
Their AI-powered platform can really help you fine-tune your resume and practice your answers to perfection.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of textile quality management. We hope you feel empowered and ready to ace those interviews. Remember, continuous learning is key in this dynamic industry. Stay curious, embrace innovation, and never stop striving for quality excellence.
Best of luck in your job search. We're excited to see what you achieve.